Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Own the Life of Your Dreams YouTube channel. My name is Tanisha. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to make passive income online. Well, not necessarily online, but how to make passive income the easy way. And I have 8 ways to do it, so you got to stay tuned. But before we get to that, if you are new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. What this channel is about is that I help online entrepreneurs start, build, grow, and sustain a business for the long haul. And if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you join me on my journey. So you can do that by subscribing, hitting the subscribe button down below, and hitting the bell notification button so that you're notified anytime I drop a new video, which happens to be daily at this point. So we're talking about passive income, and we are going to give you 8 ways. Well, I'm going to give you 8 different ways that you can make passive income easily. And we're going to show you, I'm going to show you my screen, and we're going to get it started. All right. So 8 easy passive income ideas. So I am going to talk about what passive income is first, because you might not know. So passive income is money that is earned with a little bit of activity, and you can get it through various different ways, and it requires a little bit of daily effort, if any, to upkeep on your part. And so that is different than active income, which active income simply is you working for the money. So if you have a job, that is active income. If you cut lawns, that is an active income. If you are self-employed and you get paid only when you provide a service or give out a product, then you are giving active income because you have to work for the money. Where passive income, you may work for a little bit of time, but later on, you don't have to work anymore because the money keeps coming in. And for me, the easiest way that you can get passive income is by investing your money. There is nothing more passive and easier than that, okay? So we're going to talk about the 8 different ways, 8 different ways that you can invest your money. So the first way is by investing in high-yielding savings accounts. And so what that means is you are putting your money in the bank in a savings account, but it's not a regular savings account. It's one that gives you a high yield or a high return on your investment. The good thing about savings account is you do not assume a lot of risk. Anytime you put the money in a bank, there is a company, the FDIC, that will actually insure your money. So if something happens to the bank goes down, you will still get your money. Now, the problem with that, the downside with the high yield savings account is that they don't pay out much, okay? About 2%, which will take you about 36 years to double that money, however much money you put into that savings account. So if you don't add any more money to it, it'll take you 36 years to double that money. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, so it's a boring way to make money, but it's extremely passive. You just put it in the bank and let it do its thing. So there are some banks out there that do offer high yield savings account. I have some on the actual screen here. It's CIT Bank or CIT Bank, not Citi, CIT Bank, Barclays, BBVA Compass, Synchrony, and Ally. All right, so all of those are banks that you can actually get a high yielding savings account if that's something that you're interested in. The second way is to invest in high dividend stocks. And basically they are higher payout. They pay out more money than any type of bank investments. And you just are basically investing your money in stocks, okay? And you're investing them in stocks that actually are going to do well. So you can have a broker or something that'll help you do that, and these are the brokers that will help you do that. And please note that all of these are not exclusive. There's a ton more than what I'm giving you, but I just wanted to give you a head start, get you up and running, get your wheels turning, something to actually go and research, because You want to find the company that actually work better for you, because different companies have different fees, different minimum balances, or different minimum deposits, I should say, that they require you to put into their accounts to even start it. So you need to know what those are. So some brokerage accounts are Ally Invest, Betterment, M1 Finance, TD, Ameritrade, and E-Trade. Right? So those are some great companies to invest your money in stocks if that's what you would like to do. All right, the third one, peer-to-peer lending. And basically you are the bank. That is what your role is in peer-to-peer lending. You are basically loaning your money to other people at an interest rate, and they will pay you back over time. And there are platforms that you can actually go to that will actually invest your money into another person, give them the loan, and you get the interest back over time. So some of the platforms are Lending Club, Prosper, and Upstart. And some of these actual platforms, you only need $25 for a note, which is the smallest part of the actual loan. $25 to get started. So definitely look into that if that's something that you're into as well. Number 4, invest with a robo-advisor. And every time I see this, I think of RoboCop, but it's not an actual robot physically that is handling your money. It is basically a computer system or computer program that is basically handling your investments per your requirements. So you set up before you start the account what you want your investments to be, and how should I say, how conservative or liberal you want to be with the money that you invest in the account. And the computer basically takes over from there and runs the account like you would, but you would be emotional, so the computer has no emotion, so it just does what you say it would do until you tell it to stop. So you set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about whether you need to hold it or fold, whether it's time to fold. You don't have to worry about all of those other things, which stocks you're going to put your money in. The robo-advisor figures all of that out for you, okay? And with a robo-advisor, your fees are lower. You don't have to pay as much fees as a human person that would, or a human financial advisor would, because it's a computer doing it. So you don't have to pay the person. The computer doesn't need money, so why you need to pay it? All right. So these are some examples of or robo-advisors: Betterment, M1 Finance, and Bloom. All right, so you can check those out. Research. If this is something that you want to do, figure out which one works better for you, and put your money in there and just sit back and let it go, honey. That's the way passive income works. All right. Number 5, investing in CDs. And if you have never heard of a CD, the CD represents certificate of deposit. It is a great low risk. Okay. You do not have to worry about a CD. It's basically insured just like a bank account would be by the FDIC. So if something happens, you're going to get your money regardless. The only problem with the CD, the difference between a CD and a savings account, is you cannot touch the CD until the CD's matured. And what that means is when you go in to set up your CD account, you tell them, okay, I want to set up this or put this much money down into this CD for 3 months. And for 3 months, you cannot touch it. Or I want to put it down for 5 years. And for 5 years, you cannot touch that CD. So it doesn't matter what happens in your life. If it's not 5 years, you cannot touch that CD. You will get a penalty if you touch it before time. So whether it's the amount of months or whether it's amount of years, you have to leave it in there. And frankly, generally, the longer the CD length, the higher the interest rate, but that is not always the case. So you just need to do your due diligence and see which one will work better for you. You also get a fixed rate. So no matter what's happening in the financial world, whether the rates go up, whether the rates go down, you only get the rate that you started in with the CD, which is good or bad. Because if you started in at a very high rate and all of a sudden the interest rates bottom out, you're still going to get that money at that high rate or get the maturity at the high rate. However, if it so happens that the economy is booming and the interest rate goes up, you're still at that fixed rate, whatever that was when you started. So there's some great banks that you can get CDs from. You can get CDs from just about any bank, honestly. But if you're looking for something online, that's the CIT Bank or the CITS Bank, Capital One, Citibank, and HSBC Bank will also do you justice for investing in certificates of deposits or CDs. All right. Number 6, invest in index funds. And index funds are a little different than mutual funds. Index funds is a form of mutual funds. All right. And basically what it is a passive way to invest in the stock market, but it invests in all of the companies on the stock market. So whether the companies go up, whether the companies go down, you kind of are like in the middle because you're investing in all of them. So you don't really lose your money. It's a very low risk way of investing. And nobody, no company, no financial advisor has ever beaten the index. So as long as you're in the index funds, you're pretty much set. You don't really have to deal with it. Of course, there's pros and cons to everything, but you generally are safe. Your money's safe, and you're safe. You're continuously gaining money with putting it in index funds as long as the stock market is gaining money. Now, if the stock market tanks, then it's pretty much over for everybody at that point that's invested in the stock market. But that is the risk you take when you invest in the stock market. So other than that, it's a pretty safe investment. So the online brokers that will invest in index funds are E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, and Ally Invest. So you can get with them, find out more information, and invest your money and sit back and watch it grow. All right. Number 7, corporate bonds. And basically with corporate bonds, the simplest way to say it is you're giving a loan to a corporation or a government system. All right, those are what corporate bonds are. So it's issued to a corporation. You're loaning them a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time, and it's to help them get more capital, which is kind of scary because if they need a loan from you to get more capital, that means something ain't going right. All right. So that means you need to do your due diligence and make sure that whoever you're helping out, whatever corporation you're helping out, has a good credit rating with all the bureaus to make sure that you're not going to lose your money and that company's not going to take. Because there's been great, big, huge, wonderful companies that have been here for years and then all of a sudden went downhill quickly. So you want to make sure that whatever corporation, whatever company you put your money in is going to pay you back the money that you put into it. Now, you also have to know about corporate bonds. To get in the front end, you got to know somebody. You know, it's got to be, it's like at the gentleman's club or at the country club, the yacht club, whatever. You got to know somebody that knows somebody to get in, and you got to pay to play. I mean, big money. This is not some little easy stuff. All right. So corporate bonds, if you got tons of money to spare and you also have a banker that's in the know that can get you in, it gives you a higher return on your investment because the interest rates are higher, but also there's a higher risk involved because you don't know if the corporation is going to take. But there are some online bankers that will help you get corporate bonds, and those are Wealthsimple, Ally Invest, and E-Trade. All right, and the final one that I'm talking about today is my favorite one, which is passive real estate investing. Love real estate, okay? And we're going to be talking about the REITs, or the real estate investment trust. And basically what they are is you're paying to help investors fund their real estate ventures, okay? Whether they're building apartment complexes, or they're flipping houses, or whether they are a landlord in some major city and they need capital, you are investing into that project. It gives you higher payouts because it is a risk. You know, you don't know whether that real estate venture is going to work, so they pay you higher for that risk. But you can sell at any time, so it makes it more liquid. So it's not like having a house and investing in a house in what you think is a great neighborhood, and it turns out that people think it's haunted and it just sits on the market and you can't sell it. That's not how real estate investment trusts work. You can sell it at any time, so that makes you in more control of your money than, say, a flipper or a landlord would be. All right, and some real estate investment trust brokers are Fundrise, Realty Mogul, Arbor Crowd, Real Crowd, and Ground Floor. All right, so as a recap, in summary, the easy ways that you can get passive income is obviously investing, because you can just put your money in whatever and just let it go. You don't have to think about it or worry about it. So the 8 we talked about today are: invest in a high yielding savings account, invest in high dividend stocks, peer-to-peer lending, invest with a robo-advisor, invest in CDs, invest in index funds, corporate bonds, and passive real estate. So I hope that you enjoyed and gained massive value from the video that I've given today. If you did, make sure you give me the thumbs up, like my video, and subscribe to the channel, because I want you to be empowered. I want you to have the financial freedom, the time freedom to spend with family or whatever you want to do. And you can't do that under the thumb of a boss. All right, so it is my job to help set you free, to be the 9-to-5 liberator that I've been called to be. So if you want more of that, then you got to make sure that you join me on this journey. Subscribe to my channel and make sure that you take action on the things that hit home for you. And I hope something in this video caught your eye. And if you're not really into wanting to invest your money, then that's okay. I have a great way that you can make money online, and it's simple, it's easy, and if you're interested, it's the first link in the description box. It gives you all the information you need, and I will join you, link up with you personally to help see you be successful. So until next time, my friend, make sure you think big, dream big, take action so that you may own the life of your dreams. Bye now.